Good morning, good peoples. All right, some more distributions in the last day of the year here, early 12/31/2024. We're about to say goodbye. All right, so Roundhill, XDTE, QDTE, RDTE, and another payment for YBTC, the Bitcoin crypto that just had a distribution last week. All right, so here we go. 336263, which is a 34.89% yield. Closing price on 12/30 was 50.11, which is down 1.64 from the previous week. Here's our declaration date, 12/31. Ex-dividend date, with the holiday being January 1st, is January 2nd, and the pay date is January 3rd. All right, so we have no new update. This is the first January payment, right? So I go now by the pay date. All right, so no real reason to look at the chart. And it's down. We had these big distributions sort of to close out the year. But 33 is still better than many of these. Let's go down here. I don't see a 33 till back in September. All right, so let's go to look at QDTE. So our running total is now $10, and I'll show you in the summary, $10.54. So QDTE, the NASDAQ 100, what do we have on this? We have 29, almost 30 cents, right? $29.8366. Same scenario, all of them, right? 12/31, January 2nd, January 3rd for the pay date. 40.24, so down 1.88. So there's a trend there. The last time they were up from the previous week was a 12/18 distribution. But this will be a payday of January. All right. What's the yield on that? 38 versus a yield of 34. All right. And RDTE, since they are newer, they didn't have the big payouts with a return of capital on 2018 and 12/24, but they got a pretty substantial. Let's see if we've even had that big. I do not see that. I see 36, 38, 24, 30, 33. There's a 41 cent. 37, so nice distribution, yielding 74.52. This was down also, actually been 5 straight weeks down. We sort of had a peak there at 45, and now we're trending down. We actually went down below the inception price. So I'll show you that in my summary sheet. That puts us at a total of over $5 now for their distribution. All right, so XPay is not doing anything yet. I'm real interested to watch this when we get into January and see what they're going to target, right? They came out and announced these 2 distributions, and the fund moved along, and now we want to see what is the current price. I'm just curious on the XPay. I'll update you guys. XPay is trading at 12/30, close of 57.40. So it's still up here from where it's been. That's good to see. All right, let's look at, why did I look? There we go. Let's look at our summary. So these are negative. I just changed. I had these in the gray and the white every other, but I wanted to emphasize them a little bit. So on Roundhill, we are looking at, let's summarize this. So here's our dividend total, right? So this is our dividend return. But again, this return is not factored in. This is using, the first two is using 299 days. The annualized, dividend annualized, is simply using the multiplier when you figure the percentage of the year. So let's go over that. This started at 52.46 on a March 7th inception, right? So the current price is $50.11, down 4.48. Well, 299 days out of 365, that's a on the 299 days, it's a 4.48. When you annualize that, that says your NAV, you would be losing 5.47. And your dividends are 20.10. The bigger distribution payer is the NASDAQ 100, not the S&P 500, the X, right? It's the Q. So, but interesting, right? I always emphasize this. Total return still slightly better in the S&P 500. Why? Because look at QDTE. 46.44, it's now trading down at 40.24. So over this 9 months plus, right, getting close, next distribution, it will be 10 months. So this is what hurts, the 16. Now, interesting, this guy's at 112 days in its inception now, and it, for the first time, went under 41. So it had a slight loss, but you bring it out to the full year because it has less trading days. It actually is losing more on that projection than XDTE is. But it's been paying so well that its distribution is staying high. Now, if it continues, we shall see. So right now, the number one payer, again, with only 112 days versus two payers that are 299 days, you're getting 32.85. And look at your actual dividend annualized. All these are nice, right? 34%, almost 25%, basically 39%. It's only when you bring down and consider what is the underlying. Have you lost or made money on your asset that you still own? So I think that's all I wanted to cover for you. I'm going to do Defiance. I know Defiance is not super popular with you guys. I had somebody say, don't bother with it. But there's some people that want it. And I also love their 2X MSTR, right? Not necessarily their income funds, but how do you know when one is good? We'll compare it to another, right? So how do you know Defiance isn't performing very well? Just compare it to Roundhill, which I have done. Okay, so that's what I got for you on Roundhill, peoples. Have a great New Year's. Have a safe New Year's if you're out and about. And old folks like me, we're at home, more or less. Okay, guys, have a great one. Again, this is Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Bye for now.